Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lesson 3. I hope you've been having a great week and that you're enjoying what we're learning about. This is one of my favorite parts of our writing lessons. I love thesis statements and love learning how to make them stronger and better and how they can help your writing. So this week, I want to share some helpful hints on thesis statements with you. To start, let's talk about what a thesis statement really is. Now, this usually appears near the end of your introductory paragraph and it sets the focus for your paper. It should typically include your claim and then the reason that your claim is correct. Think of it a little bit like a one-sentence summary of your argument for your paper. Now that you understand what a thesis is, you're probably wondering, how do I create a good one? Well, I have this little formula to help you, and we'll go ahead and look at a few examples together. A good thesis has a topic, an opinion, and then the why or the how. So let's look at some of these examples. As the rate of teen suicide, our topic, grows, more preventative measures should be taken in order to save lives. There's your opinion. By educating teens and families about signs of risk and treatment options. That's the why or the how. We're talking about teen suicide, stating that we need to do something about it, and then showing what we need to do about it. We're giving our how. Now, let's look at these other examples. In Wuthering Heights, Emily Brontier shows that even the deepest forms of love can be corrupted and disfigured by selfishness. Once again, we're seeing all three elements work together here. And our final example, because many children and people considered at risk due to age and health complications are unable to be vaccinated, it is important that all those who are able to be vaccinated are, in order to improve herd immunity. So once again, we're seeing all three of these. We want to introduce our topic, we want to go ahead and state our opinion or our stance, and then we want to give the why or the how. We want to explain why our opinion is correct. Now, you're probably wondering how to tell if your thesis is strong. Well, if you have all three of these components and you followed the formula, chances are you're off to a good start. But there are still a few questions that you can ask yourself to make sure that your thesis is strong enough. These three questions will help guide you. Have I taken a position others might disagree with? You always want there to be just a little bit of drama to your thesis. And by drama, I mean you want there to be another side. You want to be able to acknowledge the opposition and refute it. So you need something that someone could potentially disagree with your reasoning on. Now, the next question, is my thesis specific enough? The more specific you can be here, the better. It's not enough to say that we should do something or that a certain practice is good. You need to state why that's true in your thesis. Now, is my thesis clear? This is possibly the most important sentence in your paper, so your reader needs to know exactly what you are claiming and what direction your paper will be going. Once you've followed the formula, ask yourself these three questions, you should be well on your way to having a very strong thesis and a good focus for your paper. Now, another really cool thing about thesis statements is that we see them everywhere. It's not just in formal writing of academic papers, they're in everything. And an example of this we actually see in the scriptures, and that's a spiritual thought I want to share with you for the week. One of the most important things to remember as we move forward with our writing lessons is that focus is everything, and a strong thesis statement is one of your best tools to help with this. Even the Book of Mormon, the most true and important book in all the world, uses thesis statements. If you're wondering what a good example of this is, take a look at 1 Nephi 1:20, where it reads, "But behold, I Nephi will show unto you that the tender mercies of the Lord are over all those whom he has chosen, because of their faith, to make them mighty, even unto the power of deliverance." In this verse, at the end of Nephi's introduction, he makes a clearly stated claim, and then he goes on to support that claim throughout 1st and 2nd Nephi. You can identify all three elements to the formula that we talked about here. It is a beautiful start to this book and to the Book of Mormon itself. Now, a thesis statement can be used in lots of different ways. I encourage you to think about them as you start each new chapter or each new book in your scriptures as you read. And even more than that, I encourage you to think about your personal thesis statement. Perhaps the next time you write in your journal, you can jot down a note about what your personal thesis is. If your life were to have a thesis statement, what is that? What is the claim you want to make? What is your opinion? What is your biggest meaning, and how would you defend that? Well, I hope this has given you some food for thought, and I hope that this has helped with our writing lesson and to get you prepared to submit your thesis statements. I am very much looking forward to reading them, and I wish you the very best of luck. Thanks for watching.